Episode 2 of The Dangers in My Heart Season 2 starts with Yamada and Kyotaro arriving at Yamada's apartment. Yamada helps Kyotaro get comfortable, but Kyotaro tells her she doesn't have to worry about assisting him with things of that nature. In Yamada's bathtub, Kyotaro observes the area but stops himself because he doesn't want to come off as a weird person. He tries to leave but stops himself when Yamada arrives with spare clothes. Yamada leaves for a few moments, giving Kyotaro a chance to change clothes. He wonders why Yamada left him her clothes and not proper male clothes. While searching the area, Kyotaro realizes his underwear's missing and believes they're in Yamada's bag. He puts on Yamada's clothes and plans to retrieve his underwear without Yamada noticing. Unfortunately, Wantaro Yamada's pet corgi spooks Kyotaro. Yamada arrives seconds later and asks Kyotaro if he prefers chicken or change. Wantaro bites Kyotaro's clothes and Kyotaro tries stopping the canine because he doesn't want to reveal his male qualities to Yamada. Yamada assists Kyotaro, resulting in a slightly risky exchange between the two. Fortunately, Kyotaro finds time to grab his undergarments and visits Yamada in her dining area to eat. Yamada tells Kyotaro she tends to eat hot pot whenever her mother arrives home late from work. Kyotaro finds her daily ritual upsetting, so Yamada asks him if he'd like to stop by and eat with her on days like this one. Kyotaro changes the subject and asks Yamada to show him the things she wants to share with him. Yamada takes out her yearbook and the two observe the photos stored within it. Kyotaro spots a piano nearby and asks Yamada if she plays it. Yamada says she dabbled in many activities but would quit them instantly because she wasn't proficient in any of them like other kids. She reveals her family had a tradition of giving Yamada her favorite meal every time she quit something. Then, Yamada tells Kyotaro she's worried she'll make those who care about her despise her. Kyotaro comforts Yamada about the issue. Yamada confronts Kyotaro about an event that took place before winter break during Season 1, when he didn't visit the library for several days. Kyotaro apologizes to Yamada for those past actions. Minutes later, Yamada wonders why she's worried about things of this caliber. Kyotaro speculates it's because she's growing up and goes into detail about why her parents treat her the way they do. Yamada looks at her phone and realizes her mother's on her way. She panics and hides Kyotaro in her room. While Yamada distracts her mother, Kyotaro feels bad that he's the reason Yamada has to lie to her mother. After shoving her mother away, Yamada enters her room and tells Kyotaro that her father will be arriving home soon. Kyotaro wonders what Yamada's father is like. Before she can go into detail about him, her mother rushes into her room. Thankfully, Yamada hides Kyotaro under the covers to help him avoid detection. After Yamada sorts things out with her mother leaves, giving Kyotaro a chance to apologize to Yamada. Before Kyotaro notices, Yamada lands atop Kyotaro, putting them in an intimate position. Yamada tells Kyotaro this is payback for that time and says she's fine with lying to her mother since she's grown up now. While taking the elevator, he meets a large man who we can assume is Yamada's father. Kyotaro flees and states how he never wants to visit this place again. However, he changes his stance when Yamada texts him. At home, Kyotaro wonders what he should do about Yamada's clothes. He leaves his bathroom and bumps into his sister, who is currently changing. This results in a humorous exchange between the two. In his room, Kyotaro contemplates what will happen between Yamada and himself when she gets a whiff of her attire. Then, Kyotaro's imaginary friend arrives and sends encouraging remarks Kyotaro's way. Before arriving at school, Kyotaro says he's happy to be free from his cast, but realizes something's off about his voice. At school, Chihiro notices Kyotaro's cast's gone and shares a funny food-related story about Yamada with him. In private, Yamada questions Kyotaro about his arm. Kyotaro says it's fine even though it's gotten skinnier. During class, Yamada texts Kyotaro and tells him it's okay for them to make eye contact with each other. Then, our leads attend karate class and Yamada realizes her clothes stink. After their teacher demonstrates the maneuver he'd like them to try, Yamada and Kyotaro spar with each other a bit. Yamada slams Kyotaro to the ground after he brings up an interesting point to her. Kyotaro reflects on his relationship with Yamada and worries about what the future holds for them. In the library, Kyotaro opens up about his voice issues to Yamada. He doesn't think it's a cold but wonders what's wrong with it. Yamada finds Kyotaro's developments fascinating and believes it's because he's undergoing maturation. Yamada observes Kyotaro's arms and informs him that his other arm is getting bigger. Kyotaro's surprised he didn't notice his growth himself. Yamada asks Kyotaro to say her name plenty of times when his voice deepens. Kyotaro notices Yamada's undergoing her developments, resulting in another amusing yet risky moment between the two.